We are on Linkage Radio 101.5 FM in New York City.
Call for the Father in with time of trouble.
Saturdays from 1 to 12, we're back with you on Power 102.1 FM, Reggae Vibes Radio.com, 106liveradio.com.
You're listening to the Wayne Hall Show with Insane Wayne to the brain.
Life has its way of turning the gray skies.
That's right, life has its way of turning a gray sky blue. And I tell you what, I know a lot of Chronixx fans out there right now. Their gray skies just got blue because we got him on the line. Good evening, Chronixx. Welcome.
Yes, I.
Yes, I. And you know, I am here all day practicing my Chronixx. I and I say I and I have Chronixx on the line tonight. Good evening, man. Welcome to the Wayne Hall Show again. We're glad to have you in the ATL, my brother.
Yeah, man. We give thanks, you know. Beautiful day in Atlanta.
Good, man.
Weather
good.
Nice, everything nice.
I'm telling you, a little on the humid side, but I tell you what, we'll take it, all right? We'll take it. And I'll say this much, you know, Chronixx. Until we did the blast and promo for this show, I had no idea what I was going to be in for in terms of the outpouring from your fans, man. I tell you, there are so many people locked in right now from ages 5 to 50 and probably more that are just crazy over Chronixx. And I got to let you know that off the bat. All right?
Yeah, man. We give thanks and praise, you know.
Yeah.
You know, this is the reason why we make music, you know. We make music for, you know, the upliftment of humanity as a whole, you know, not just for any specific age group or any specific race or group of people, you know what I mean? It's just because if you're going to affect change, you have to affect change throughout humanity, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even
man.
for you to see the smallest of impact, you have to affect change throughout all humanity regardless, you know? So we give thanks to each and everybody who support music, you know, who share the music, who have been introducing the music to people, you know what I mean? And just keep the ball rolling and keep the circle in this constant expansion. We give thanks to that. Rastafari, I know.
Yeah, man. And one of the things I admire about Chronixx and his music and his quotes and everything is you come across as very philosophical. You touch on things from an angle that is not, you would nowadays we'd say it's not normal. And
yeah, well, I mean, that's where mankind is coming from, you know. I mean, just that reach to a point now where we have been conditioned to feel like, you know, only a set of people from a certain ethnic or educational background are worthy of being philosophers or whatever the word wants to be called. But every man have their own philosophy. Every man have their own philosophy, and it's just that a lot of us don't even realize, you know what I mean, the inner person inside of us, you know what I mean, which creates the laws by which we should live, you know what I mean? So, you know, every man is like that, you know, it's not really Chronixx alone, it's just that you have a lot of youth, especially youth my age, who don't realize it, you know?
yeah. And I gotta share this with you, you know. I gotta share this with you because you mash up DC last night. Was it last night or the night before?
Yeah, it was last night.
Last night. And I have a story of Mr. Alton McKenzie, no stranger here to ReggaeVibesRadio.com and the platform of the Wayne Hall Show, saying his little 5-year-old was screaming to come to the show because there's no song to her like Smile For Me, Jamaica. And he was telling us they want more Chronixx up there in DC. So I don't know, your Dread and Terrible tour might need a replay.
Yeah, but yeah, at the same time, that is what get people hooked on drugs and all that. Anything that feel good, we just want more. But we have to condition ourselves, you know, say you can't get it every day, you know. We just have to enjoy things while we have it. Because the only good thing that lasts forever is good salvation, you know.
That's right.
So,
and I tell
yeah,
you.
man, we give thanks and praise and we really appreciate all the support we got in DC last night. And we appreciate all the support that will come here in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
That's right, because
this Saturday.
That's right, because DC is behind us. Atlanta is in front of us. We're looking ahead right now. Saturday night, right here in the atrium, in the ATL. Want to shout out people like Mr. Weber and the whole Massive and the people promoting this stuff. And right now, Chronixx, what can fans expect, man, from is this your it's not your first touchdown in the ATL, right?
It is actually my first ever time performing in Atlanta. There was an opportunity that came about last year,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, certain little things was happening at the time, and I couldn't exploit that opportunity like I would want. But here comes a show in the atrium. First time performing in Atlanta. We're performing at a nice venue for some nice people in one of the nicest places in America, regardless of what the news may say. You know what I mean? We give thanks and praise, you know what I mean, for this opportunity, and we will make the most of it. That's what people can expect from me. I always make the most of my situation. I make the most of my opportunity, you know what I mean?
Chronixx, who influenced your music?
Well, my music is heavily influenced by a vast, a wide variety of different people from different musical backgrounds, from different philosophical backgrounds, from different religious backgrounds. You know what I mean? It is too much to list. You know what I mean? And, every youth my age is like heavily influenced, heavily, because of what technology have caused over the past couple of years. You know what I mean? Everything is readily available at our fingertips. Like, there is no music that we can't access anymore.
Right.
So therefore, while our forefathers and the ones who came before us in music, were restricted to what was released on an LP or what was being played on the radio, or the artists who them could see performing live, we know there is almost no limit to the amount of music that we can listen. You know what I mean? Like when you check a youth iPod, them have thousands of music from all over the world. You know what I mean? So like we are heavily influenced. Music will soon become less and less stylized and less, of a specific identity. You will soon have music that just have a little of everything. You know what I mean? And everybody's music will soon sound like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we are heavily influenced. And it's a blessing. You know what I mean? Because it's the wish of every musician for every youth to be able to access the music. You know what I mean? So we give thanks.
That's right. And I tell you what, man, the answer you just gave adds to the dimension, adds to being multifaceted. Now, would you define yourself a certain way? Like, for instance, in a general way, an artist like Luciano describes himself as the messenger and stuff like that. Does Chronixx see himself as having a certain role in the business, or you just doing music and enjoying it?
Well, Luciano may be the messenger, but I think every single artist is a messenger, really and truly. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't want to identify that because being a messenger comes with a responsibility. You have to be responsible for whatever impact that the message you deliver causes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of artists is not willing to bear that responsibility, so they don't even identify themselves as messengers. But I think every artist is a messenger because everything that we say and imply in our music comes off as a message to the listener.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether I want to accept it consciously or unconsciously, it impacts them in some way. You know what I mean? So I think every artist is a messenger. For me, I'm just a youth who I have a special love for humanity. You know what I mean? I think everybody does, but you know what I mean? Me as a youth who acknowledge that. I acknowledge and embrace my love for humanity and everything within creation. And my music and whatever, I would love to know that the music that I do facilitates that and facilitates the well-being of creation. You know what I mean? I don't want a dog to get hurt from my music, much as a youth or a next human being. You know what I mean? So, me as a youth too, I just try and facilitate the upliftment of humanity through my music in every single way possible. You know what I mean? Whether I want to put a smile on a person's face, to encourage them, you know what I mean? To encourage them to live right, eat healthy, you know what I mean? To love, forgive, and just enjoy life, you know what I mean? That those are the things I would like to put in my music. I don't know if I've been doing that successfully, but that is my hope for myself as a musician. You know what I mean? I can't, at this point, at such an early stage, say exactly what I think I am. I can't just tell you what I hope to be,
And I tell you what, the millions of fans that are locked in right now and that you have everywhere will appreciate that humility. So the Dread and Terrible Tour takes center stage in Atlanta. And again, we want to keep the highlight on Atlanta right about now. Saturday night, we know we're in for a treat. We're in for a big time treat. And where to from Atlanta? What else is going on the agenda?
Okay, repeat that.
No, I was saying we know that Saturday night, the big night, is inside the atrium. But what after that? What else is going on with Chronixx? After that?
Well, from here we'll go to Jamaica. Really, this is our last stop. The last of, I think, 11 shows. Gotcha. But then we'll go to Jamaica, but the tour don't finish there.
Okay.
Continue by doing some fest in Jamaica Reggae Sumfest. And then we'll come back to the East Coast again to do a free show in Central Park. So all of my family them who from Atlanta who wish to come enjoy that, it will happen on the 26th of July, you know what I mean, in Central Park, New York City.
That's
It
right.
will be a free show. You can check it out. The advertisements are on chronixmusic.com, the official website, or you can go on my official Facebook page, facebook.com/chronixmusic. You know what I mean? So that's how we're going to wrap up everything. And then from there, we'll go to Europe for 5 weeks. You know what I mean? From the end, from July 30th from July 30th to I think September 6th.
That's right.
5 weeks across Europe, doing shows across the whole of Europe, from Slovakia to France to Finland to Poland to Spain, Germany, all over.
All right. And I tell you what, man, welcome again to Atlanta. I know you didn't have a lot of time this evening, but just let the fans know where they can find your music, man, where they can go to support and do the Chronixx thing. You know what I mean?
Well, it is at I am Chronixx on Twitter, at Chronixx Music on Instagram, facebook.com/Chronixx Music, Chronixx Music at gmail.com. You know what I mean? You can go on iTunes and search Dread and Terrible or Chronixx, and you'll find all the projects, all the latest projects that we have out there. And chronixmusic.com, that's our official website. That's the first place you should go. And from there you can be directed to every other social platform, every other, you know what I mean, every other thing. But from there, you're good.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, it's great to have you, man, on this platform. Chronixx, you're so busy. Things are happening so fast. Don't know if we'll ever have you again. How about a little a cappella treat for the fans as you go?
Well, and I say we give thanks and praise to all of the masses in Atlanta who will be coming out the atrium this Saturday night. For come watch Iron Zinc Fence Redemption play some sweet, sweet music for the heart and for the soul. And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta you. Peace, say Clem Peace, and make a trample the beast. Out there we go.
Chronixx, live on the Wayne Hall Show. Thank you, my brother. Get some rest, man. We'll see you Saturday night. We know it will be dread and terrible in a good way.
out the road.
All right, Chronixx, you take care, my brother.
Slide down far, Mr. Politics and the government never slide down far. We burning the system and tell you to be fight down no war. Up to the system till I see God. It's my love for granted, my love for granted. Don't you take my love and anything that you ever want is yours. They don't know, and after they don't know. inside. Best of the dancing, next to the performance. No people see my life and I want. But like I want you sing it one more time now. They don't know. I say they don't know. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. Only you know. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. So you wanna let me ride, you let me cry, 'cause they don't know what I feel inside. Down in my soul, and now I'm so I am the Lord of Jah. I want you to sing it out loud and I feel up. Savior, He's an emperor I go. Still not left from the Most High. I'm not left from the Most High. I feel a walk with the Savior. He's an emperor I go. Still not left in Kafar right now. I'm not left from the Most High. Yeah, man. So you walk with me. I'm alone, no try. You couldn't talk with me. Oh yeah, you are the reason we don't eat on the market. I know you give me peace, now me a call when me get rich and I'm true body, yeah. Some big bad girl in me heart. You still a walk with your Savior. Even if we gotta go, still not left for the Most High. And then I could have ever left for the Most High. So watch this now. I take this time out to greet you in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie III. Empress man and I balance the throne, King and Queen crown same time. That is all I know. King Selassie, he's out. I used to be like them can't impression no more. But from the cooking and the outside, life I got get better so strong. The youth on the roadside, Babylon so we can come your boss away. Why? No, but we still not give up. We standing at the rock like a land, say not give up. I said I really don't give it. And when the moment gets over, I said the sun gets going. Jab, jab, not give up. I said I really don't give it. Rastafari guide and learn from the beginning. Berlin, I will up me confidence. Rastafari run the confidence. Then I say I am the confidence. Don't get it confused. Lord, give me a bottle of Berlin. I'm every mix of the music they need. Come on, back to rock it. How can I say wash off your heart? Nobody could have said that's not me going fever. Give me this, give me this, give me this. I'm burning, I've been getting so you know why I'm getting every day I go and baby. I suppose, and I'm pleased to be living in the rest in peace. Now provide them my wants and needs. I got the sunshine rivers and trees. Wait, hey, when you see Jamie, see a way. Straight from hypocrisy, I say, hey. Every man to them own a philosophy. I live a proper way and then me read a chapter daily. And they in a city hungry and not eat. And they don't have touch it up to drop off of the tree them. Yes, she said poverty not reason. It's what the reason repeated. They don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know. I just go with the crazy flow. I send love to my friends and foes. And I suppose it's not please road. It's in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, river and trees. I got the sunshine, feel it. Give me a beat and I might be nothing else. See them a drink, but me not see Me not sit on somebody party but me not mash it. Me a love a life. Me a the only man with catch my way.